And that's 3 on. That is 3 separate recordings of episode 21 of Mixing It Up on Mixer. This is your dude, your homie, JT for real though. Let's get it done. Remember, I'm always live at www.mixer.com/JT for real though. And if you don't know for real though, get to know for real though. Today I wanted to talk about giveaways, goods, bads, what have yous, all that jazz. But that's what I want to talk about today in particularly, because I've seen some tweets, some messages, some Instagrams lately where I don't think people understand the essence of what a giveaway should be and when giving back to the community. Giving back to the community should be exactly what that sounds like, giving back to the community. Meaning, you go, like, I don't like to be like, well, I did it right, but like when I hit 1,500 followers, when I hit that number, I did a giveaway. And how I did it, this is the way I did it. I made it where there was a secondary currency in my chat called tokens. People that were around a lot, or won games, or played with me, or did cool stuff in the chat, earned tokens. This was a secondary currency, because I have another currency called merits that have something to do with other stuff. But I had this currency was directly attributed to giveaway and stuff only. So that fosters and grows the true essence of doing a giveaway, which is giving back to your community, not earning and stealing new people that don't care about you. You don't understand the difference? Because that is the difference. Giveaways should be giving. You know what I mean? You should be giving, not using it as a sneaky trick to get live followers. Now, I'm going to preface this a little bit differently, or at least I'm going to change this up differently. This is specifically for live content, because even right now, at this moment, I myself have a giveaway for followers, but that's on social media. It's an Instagram thing, and it's because I have something I want to give out that's time sensitive, so that's completely separate. But I just want to point out the difference, because some people would be like, whatever, hypocrite. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? Talking about, dude? Talking about freaking giveaways, and you have one active now. But yeah, that's why I wanted to differentiate. It's a lot different when people are talking to you live, and that you're bringing people in to see your content that moment, because you have the moment to then give them what they're looking for then, or talk to them, or connect with them, or whatever. It's not, you know what I'm saying? You're setting a breadcrumb to a trail that you might not have anything to provide at the end. You know what I mean? Now, don't get me wrong. There's going to be people out there that do amazing content and they're awesome, and then when they draw people in, it'll work out well. Don't get me wrong. It probably works, but do you want it to work that way? You know what I mean? Do you want to build in that manner? Is that the way? Like when people are like, hey, wow, you have 5,000 people in your stream. That's awesome. Do you want to be like, yeah, cost me $800? You know what I mean? Like, I've got to 6,000 without spending $1 on it. You know? Not a dollar. Not a dollar. And it's like, so I don't think people understand that where they're coming from. It's not from a place of giving. It's from a place of, that's weird. Actually, that's really weird. I'm gonna have to check that out later. I think someone's trying to scam me. I think I'm trying to get scammed, but I'll talk about that later. Instagram scams. Oh, I'll pop that up real quick, because that's another thing. Just watch out, guys, when, your streamers out there, if you're getting messages from, like, random companies that are like, here, I got this for you. Be very wary. It's almost always a scam. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to, talk, like, say everything sucks, but watch out. There's a lot of sketchy folks out there. But anyway, on to what I'm saying. Giveaways, properly giving back, and good versus bad. So, a good example of how exposure sometimes is worth it no matter what, and I don't think so money-wise, but like with the hype zone, like Gamer was just talking about with the hype zone. Now, some people, I've talked about this before, so I won't go too deep into it, but it's very similar to the giveaway stuff. If you have this moment of exposure, right? There's a bunch of people there. You finally get to, you got people in front of you. You're talking to them. It's vibing. It's cool. You have a moment that it's almost like a commercial. You have your moment of exposure, and you do what you can with it then. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you do at that point? Do you, it really depends. Do you go, okay, cool, provide the value that you've been saying, or do you just, this is what I was talking about Discord the other day, giveaways? Yes. You know what? That might be another one of the things one of the reasons why this was hot in my mind. I'm glad you just said that. That actually might be exactly why this is just kind of hot in the mind right now. Giveaways. So do you see the other perspective? Because it's a different, exactly like a TV show. So think of the other perspective. It's nonsense to purchase views or purchase follows. It is pointless, crazy, and does not help you in the long run. But I think giveaways are awesome and amazing to give back to your community. That's what they should be for. It should be selfless, not selfish. That's what giveaways should be. And in the end, after you've given back and then given again, and then given good content, and then given your time, and then given your energy, and then given your soul, then they'll come back and help you. Then you'll get a return or an RRI or whatever you're looking for, because it depends on your goal. Remember, keep in mind with all this stuff, what is your goal set? Like, what is your ambitions for streaming? Is it just to grow a community? Because that's pretty boss. If you just want a big number so you can tell your ex-boyfriend, like, yeah, I got twice the amount of followers as you, then sure, buy them up. You know what I'm saying? But if your intention and your ambitions is to create a community that loves you, that you love, that you enjoy being around and creating something with, if that's what your goal is, don't buy them. It's just like real life, man. You walk into the mall, right? You have two choices. You can either just start a conversation with somebody and maybe make a new friend, or you can walk up to them and say, hey, I'll give you $20 if you hang out with me for an hour. You know what that person's gonna do? Take the $20, hang out with you for an hour, and then you will never see that person again. Except for when you see them being like, see that sucker over there that gave you $20 to hang out with him? You know what I'm saying? That's what that is. That's what giving $50 gift cards away every 500 follows and stuff. It's like, dude, think about it like this. I want to give one quick perspective as well on the money amounts, because I saw one recently where it was 50, no, I think it was 50. Okay, if I'm exaggerating, I'm sorry, but I think it was 50 per 100 follows. It might have been 20. The intent of what I mean is still there, but the money on that. Okay, here's me. You know what follower amount I want, like, in like a year from now, you know what the number I want? 100,000. That's what I want. I would have 100,000 followers in a year. Do you want to know how much money that would cost? Think about it like that. So they're not thinking to scale at all. So it's like, okay, if you just keep paying it out, so now you've paid out your butt in money just to have a couple thousand? You know what I'm saying? How about do it for free by providing value? And remember, like I say all the time, when I say providing value and good content, it always comes down to two basic things: entertainment, information. Are you giving them fun, entertainment, excitement, a moment away from the grind that is life? Or are you teaching somebody something? How's it going, Macaron? What's up, my friend? Or are you teaching somebody something? If you aren't doing either of those things and you're trying to snake them in with money, that's madness. That is walking hard, strong, backwards. You know what I mean? You're like trucking to the end of the line thinking you're running to the front. And that's what that is. That's what that is. So I know there's some people out here are going to be like, yeah, I don't care, you're dumb. I'm not listening to you. You know what I mean? I know some people are going to think that, and they're wrong. And then there's going to be the occasional people that go, oh my God, I didn't really think of it this way. Oh shoot, am I that guy? Because honestly, I hope that's what happens. I'm not trying to like call anyone out or make anyone feel bad. I'm really not. I'm really not. I just hope that somebody takes the time to think about this perspective and go, you know what? He's right. He's right. Instead of the time, because think about it like this too. They spent a half hour, an hour, or maybe hours, buying the card, going to get it, typing up the tweet, say, hey, I've got these cards, and think about the time that takes, because you don't just go like, I want to do a giveaway, and then you have the card and the tweets are out and people know. No, you have to take your time. You have to spend moments of your life in order to just to let people know that exists. Now, if you're doing that, guess what you're not doing? Other useful stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, maybe later in the recommend. I'm doing a web show right now, as you can see, my friend. But if you're still around when I do it, absolutely, brother. But you know what I'm saying? It's absolutely different. It's just different. People don't understand the difference between that. Now I started to talk about a second ago, and I know I jump around a lot, guys. But the hype zone perspective with the giveaways. When for tons of people, particularly when the hype zone was a little harder to get into and less amount of people were filling it up. I used to get in like every day. Now it's like every month. But back then, I used to use it as if it was a commercial, right? I have mods and good friends and people on my team right now that I met because I went in the hype zone. And you know why? just like a lot of people, when they went to the hype zone, right? When they went to the hype zone, this is what they do. It'd be like, bam, 700 people are watching you. And they'd be like this. Oh, hey, cool. Oh, okay, bye. And that's it. It would just be a guy, a bland person doing nothing. Just, hey, I'm playing. Now, you know what I did? I'd be like, oh, playing. Oh, hey, look, I'm Hype Zone. Hey, everybody, what's up? It's JT for real, though. I hope you guys catch me later, because blah, 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 blah. You know why? Because I used that moment for what it was. A moment of exposure. But guess what? You know what I didn't do? Promise people things to sneak them in. Hey, the Hype Zone, guess what, guys? I'm going to have a giveaway soon, and I got some stuff for you. Come see me. No. I went, hey, what's up? I'm awesome. Do you want to have fun with me? Because check me out. This is who I am and what I'm like. I hope you enjoy it, and if you do, come hang out with me. And the people tons of people hate me because of it, and that's fine. That's what streaming is. People are going to hate you. So tons of people are like, whatever, loser, I hate you, you suck, blah, 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 blah. But guess what? Tons and tons of people came and stayed and still to this day are part of the community. That's the difference. That's when taking something, whether it's a giveaway or exposure from the Hype Zone or whatever it is, use your moment for what it is. You know what I mean? Use it usefully, and don't waste people's time. Because think about it like that. Time is almost as valuable as gold when it comes to almost everybody in the world. That's why certain things have taken over, like, Lyft and Uber take over taxis and stuff. That's because time. You'll hear a lot of different people speak on that. That's not from my mouth. It's from everybody. But it's something that, time matters. So if you're talking someone in, yeah, come check it out. I do this, that, and then they show up and you're like, hey, yeah, I play Fortnite sometimes. Oh, by the way, you missed the giveaway. I gave $20 to some guy I never met before, and he'll never. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? That not only is weak and it brings you back, but it's actually bad content. You know what I mean? You're not providing value, and you're just offering kind of like a consolation prize, some fluff just to get a number. Now, I've done this joke before, but I'm gonna do it again for you guys. It's a simple joke. But I feel like it explains this situation very well, very quickly, in just a minor joke. Watch this, guys. Now, for all the people out there, this is I've done this before. It's very minor, but now all the people out there, right? I understand. There's some of you out there that are like, yeah, JT, you're crazy. I don't care what you say. I will do anything just to have my number increase, right? Now, here's the thing. The number is just a number. A community is a community. People that care about you are people that care about you. People who like to watch you. That's something, right? But a number, just on a website, on the internet, that's nothing. That's not content. That's actually nothing whatsoever. And that's not even value for like if you're just trying to build a number to maybe look like you have more clout for companies. That won't even work either, because it'll take them 2 seconds to look at your analytics and go, oh, that guy just has a bunch of fake numbers. He doesn't have actual people that enjoy his content, or his or her content. You know what I'm saying? So, here's the joke. For all you guys out there, I'm going to hook you guys up. I'm gonna give you the best gift that you all wanted. You guys wanted a crazy number, like 1 million follows, right, on the internet. You wanted to see that number on the internet, and it's yours. All yours. Look at this, bam! A number. It's yours. 1 million follows on the internet. You got it. You won. Boom! You got them. 1 million. They're on the internet right now. It says 1 million, and because that's all it is. That's all it is. It's a number on a piece of paper. Because you know what I'm saying. That's about as useful as it is. You can have 1 million that you gain from giveaways and lying and fake bad content, but in the end, it's a freaking piece of paper on the internet. You know what I'm saying? So I like to just make that little joke because I think it makes my point very, very quickly to some people that might not have automatically, understood that point. I had followers give me stuff, paint skins of games. Absolutely, brother. Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. Like the skin stuff. Like what was it? Rocket League. Like they gave me the Batman cars, and then Lucan. He donated Monster Hunter World, and lots of homies and followers will give stuff as well. And that's why it's beautiful. It's don't think of it like a follower streamer relationship. Just think about it as a friendship, because that's what it is. I would provide my friends stuff if I could, and I know they would me as well. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when somebody watches me for 2 hours, 3 hours a day all week long, and they think, wow, I just spent over 10 hours interacting and having fun with this homie. I just spent $30 watching a 2-hour movie that I didn't enjoy at the movie theater. But I just spent a week with this guy 10 times the amount of time, right? Without any, numbers need to go with. Yeah. Oh, exactly. You know what I'm saying. You can do, I don't want to go too far off, but you get what I mean. Otherwise I'm going to keep beating the dead horse, essentially. But you get what I'm saying. You understand what I mean. My guy just said something I just talked to. Which one? About the followers, or just explain yourself a little bit more? With the numbers on the internet, they can go away in an instant with a community that lasts forever. Absolutely, absolutely. And think about it like this. If you have a very powerful community on one, let's say just on Mixer, I have a really great community here, and all of a sudden we find out, wait a minute, oh my god, tomorrow Mixer's going to disappear. You know what's going to happen? A lot of you guys and a lot of the homies and a lot of the friends are just going to be like, cool, screw it, let's roll, where are we going? You know what I mean? We would just go somewhere else. And yeah, we're not going to bring every person with us, but I bet a lot of people would come with me. I think a lot of you guys would roll with, and we would have an amazing time, man. You know what I mean? I stream 5 days a week. That's so silly. You're not getting the point. How about this? 1,000 hours, doesn't matter. That is not the point at all. Please do not focus on the fluff that I add to my points. That's not helpful at all. That was very clearly just a whatever. 20 hours. 100 hours, that doesn't matter, buddy. It doesn't matter. And if you truly actually thought I didn't know the math of 5 times 2 is kind of sad, so. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Come on. It's like, come on. Anyway, so for the people that are actually listening to the things that matter that I'm saying, the good versus bad content. How's it going, River Coast? What it do? So, here, this isn't being helpful. You're just filling up my chat with nonsense here. I'm doing my web show. You can't be filling my screen up with garbage, man. Not right now. This is not the time. Not the time. You know what I mean? How's it going, River Coast? How's it going? I'm doing a web show right now. This is Mix It Up on Mixer, episode 21. Right now we're talking about giveaways, the good, the bad, the ugly, and a little touch into good versus bad content. I basically covered what I wanted to about the giveaways, all that jazz. So I want to jump right into good versus bad content. I think there's a lot of guys out there, a lot of young guys in particular, will go, hey, I want to grow. I have passion and I want to do it. And that's awesome. Rock and roll. But they go about it the wrong way. And they start to think that spamming content is the same as creating a lot of content. And they think that the follow that they may get once or twice by throwing crap out there on Instagram is the way to go. But how Instagram and Twitter works, half the people that follow you are bots or people just hoping for a follow back or people that are going to just unfollow you afterwards. So the fake follows that you gain on even social media isn't useful. Even those aren't useful unless you have incredible content behind it. You know, if you had incredible content behind everything, then they would show up and be like, oh, okay, cool. Like my point about the hype zone. I would get all excited, all these things, then people would be like, oh, I'll check this guy out. And then when they came, they went, oh, I actually do like this guy. And they have stayed ever since. Same thing with social media. If, let's say, you get a bunch of followers because of your bad content, you're just going to get unfollows. You know what I mean? It's going to start to unfollow. People are just going to start to disappear. You know what I mean? It's just going to change. It's just going to change. It's not going to be solid. It's not going to be what you want. But if you put out good content, here's a good example. And this also goes with cross-pollination, but that's a whole other subject I need to get into, and I don't want to jump all over the place. But myself, this is something I use, a strategy I use, and it's been working incredibly well, is I cross-pollinate as many people live that enjoy my content live right now on Mixer.
Thank you so much for following. You're amazing.
Thanks, Jittery Disc. So all the people that follow my content on Mixer live and that watch me daily, I always remind them, oh, by the way, I have more content on other platforms. You can check me out on IGTV, to watch some of my videos on how to do stuff, how to stream, how to be a better streamer, how to use your Elgato Stream Deck, stuff like that. Also, you can check my podcast out. It's audio only. It's basically this thing right here, repurposed in audio form. So what I've done is the people that already know that they enjoy my content and they already know that I provide value, I say, hey, I have value elsewhere, and then they go to it. Like Instagram Gamer, absolutely. Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, Quora, whatever. I'll name them all. Dude, Tumblr, it doesn't matter. Dude, you could be LinkedIn, Musically, doesn't matter. As long as it's an online community and you can grow it, and the people there are real. That's the biggest thing. The people there are real. Now that's why people are also noticing, wait a minute, JT, why is your Twitter growing so big? Why is your Instagram growing big? Basically, the day you started it and wanted to make it big, I bypassed almost everybody that started before me. Everybody. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds over the past week. So, exactly, and branching into Pinterest, exactly. And branch, you know where we're branching into? Everything. Everywhere. If it has communities on it, we're going to be there. That's our point, and that's what we're building, and that's what's amazing. And that's the next level. That's the next level. That's also what I'm building. That's what Team For Real knows about, because we're a content creation team, not just a stream team, not just a gaming team. The core team is a content creation team. But that's another subject as well. I keep getting all over the place, and I don't want to do that to you guys. But good versus bad content. Now, since I created good... How's it going, Jittery Disc? How's it going, homie? And thank you for saying that, River Coast. Thanks, bud. So people who provide that type of thing, provide good value, they're going to get real people to show up on their other places, which is why, like I said, my stuff has been growing. So, for example, let's say 10 people in here, they start to dig my thing, family, hell yeah, baby, and we start to do our thing, and I'm like, hey guys, I'm going to be signing off, but I'm going to be online on the phone doing other stuff after this. Lots of people go, okay, cool, I like JT, I like hanging out with him, he's a friend of mine, I'm going to go check him out. So then when they go check me out on the other stuff, I'm doing amazing, my friend. I'm doing episode 21 of MIXIN right now. It's a podcast / web show to help people stream better, kind of trying to bypass the do's and don'ts, and to kind of get across some of my own personal thoughts on the subjects. But that's what we're doing right now. I play a lot of Battle Royale games, stuff like that, but right now we're just doing a little bit of the web show. This is also repurposed as called Mix It Up on Mixer on Spotify. Like I said, we got this is everywhere. And also, this is actually going to be going up on IGTV as well. I have a secondary camera recording me right now, and I'm being recorded audio right now. So that's another thing, guys. Remember, this. I know this isn't the part of the episode, but when you're making, if you have good content that you know is good, and people, yeah, and people are enjoying it, and people really dig your thing, then continue it. Push into it. Make more of it. Rinse, repeat, do it again, make it better. And then when you know it's good, tell everybody. Say, check it out. Like me, I'm very proud of my podcast. You know what I mean? I'm very, very, very proud. No lie, your podcast from 1 till now has helped me so much as a streamer. And thank you for saying that, Big Six. And you want to know what's a little funny? For anyone listening or watching, and I actually got this feedback yesterday, and it meant so much to me. Somebody said, hey man, I'm really enjoying your podcast. It's helped me a lot. But I've noticed that you're getting better. He's like, I've noticed the quality of like episode 1 and episode 6. Episode 6 is one of my worst episodes, I think. I like half of it. I'm talking to other people. I'm like, there's games going on in the background. I hadn't found my stride and I hadn't found my voice yet. And that's another thing about making good content. When how's it going, bud? Devilfoot, how's it going, bud? Keep pushing. When you start creating something and it's working well and you're having a good time with it, just keep going with it. You know what I mean? Keep going with it because you found something. And that, like I said, with the podcast. So now, word up, agent. That's awesome, dude. So now when I tell people, like when I said I'm so proud of it, that's the good part about that is I have absolutely no issues and no problems saying, hey guys, come check out this podcast. It's really cool. Because I believe in it. I have absolute belief in it, trust in it, and I love it, and it's becoming something really, really important to me. Now, like I said, the person came up to me and said that, or said it via tweet or whatever, but I was like, that's what I've been thinking this whole time. I've been wondering, wait a minute, like, are people noticing, like what I was afraid of for one thing, is that people were going to listen to the first couple episodes and be like, this guy sucks, because I've been so afraid of that, because I know my earlier episodes are of less value than my more recent ones. So I'm very excited that the content was good enough to hold on to people so that they'll give me chances for the rest of my content. And I think everyone else should focus on that as well. Keep trying, like I did with the podcast. It was not great, then got better, and then I got compliments, and people said they were inspired, so that gave me, it tripled down on my motivation and my excitement for it. So I was like, okay, let's do some more, you know what I mean? And I do. And yeah, honestly, that's, I don't like to talk about that aspect off-board, because I feel like it'll scare people away. Because for some reason, when people when they don't think it's just like the information they want, they kind of like don't want it. But that is an underlying part of my whole entire podcast and a lot of my content. It's subtly reminding, particularly the younger generation that's coming into streaming right now, to be good people. Because I've talked about this before, and I don't want to get into it because I'll probably get upset. It gets me all like happy and teary-eyed. But I'm not going to get into it. I'm just going to say it quickly, but I really think we can change the world. I honestly, without a doubt in my mind, I absolutely believe that us as a community, not just us, me and you, us as in us streamers, this generation of crew right now that are growing on Twitch, growing on MIXIN, all these communities right now are going to be tomorrow, meaning the next couple of years. That's the entertainment. No one's going to watch TV. You know, YouTube's going to do its thing, whatever. But people are going to be part of entertainment-based communities. That's the future. And guess what? Right now, the people that are basically stepping up and say, hey, I know what's up, like myself and some others, there's some of us that are stepping up and saying, hey, I really want to let you guys know what's up. You can tell me to shut up, and that's fine, but my voice is here if you want to listen to it. And I think for everyone that's listening to it, I've been doing my best to keep reminding people, this is bigger than we think, and this is going to create something so huge in the next few years. And if all of our community leaders, myself, all of you guys, anyone watching, listening, all of us as community leaders, in the next couple of years, if you keep pushing and thinking and living as a good person, and I don't just mean be good, I don't mean that in a goofy way, I mean treat people right, help your friends, be gracious, don't get jealous. You know what I mean? I know that it's difficult. It's actually very difficult. You know why they're difficult? Because I've had trouble with this stuff. I don't lie. I don't bullshit and tell you, yeah, I never make mistakes. No, I can be a jerk. I can make mistakes. Every mistake I tell you guys not to do, I made once, which is why I know they're mistakes. Like, you know, I used to go into rooms and be like, hey, start talking about my stream. You know what I mean? Like, that was day one. But, you know, stuff that seems so obvious to me now, I made those mistakes. And that's the thing. You make the mistake, and then you learn from them, and you be humble. And that's something I've had to teach myself more than anything. Because I'm a very boisterous big guy that talks and is loud and gets lots of attention all the time. I tend to be like, yeah, well, I'm awesome, man. And it's just part of my confidence. It's just part of who I am. But I have to always remind in the back of my mind, everyone's awesome too. You know, it's not just me. Everybody's awesome. And that every single person has all these awesome gifts that some, they already know. They're walking around with them like they're weapons. You know, I'm good at art. I'm good at singing. You know, there's some people out there killing it because they have their talents in their hand and they're wielding them like a badass. You know what I mean? And that's what I've been doing. I've been pulling out my podcast, I've been using my words, the things I'm good at, my skills, my charisma, my confidence, and then I've been acting on it and executing with those skills. That's how I've been finding success. So you guys, when creating good content and trying to, think about your skills. Think about what you're good at. I popped into this a second ago about making jokes about the lemonade, but it's back to the analogy that I use all of the time, and I'm going to do it again, and I bet some of you guys right now are rolling your eyes going, oh geez. The donut. The donut. Two donut makers. I've said this before on the podcast. Two donut makers. One has a plain donut he did not spend time on. And there's another guy that spent all night sprinkling it, frosting it, and making it glazy delicious. Who's going to sell the donut? It's as simple as that. You know? Are you going to eat the crap donut that no one cares about? Or are you going to eat the donut that just the guy spent time on and made look good and taste good? And is sexy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it works. It's the same thing. Content is the donut. You know, and I'd like to bring it real basic because it's kind of goofy and silly, but I mean it. I really truly mean it. Take your skill, whether you're a freaking donut maker or a back flipper. Like, do you dance? Like, you know what I mean? Do you dance? I actually do myself. That's why I'm using that. I dance very well. I'm probably going to be dancing on streams and showing you guys some of my actual dance skills. But think about your actual off-board skills, right? Create content with it, and then execute. And when I say execute, meaning keep creating it, show other people it, cross-promote it. Go onto Reddit and tell people individually, one-on-one. Do you want to know how I build my podcast already? And it's already finding traction? Is I've talked to everybody individually. Everyone. I go to people, I look for passion, and then I find somebody who's like, I want to stream. You know what I mean? And then I talk to them and say, how's it going? By the way, I do this thing. If you want to check it out, rock and roll. And if I can offer anything at that moment, like advice or a tip, I usually do that. And that's generally what gets people to check it out. Because I'll start the conversation like, I know, oh baby you, oh yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I sing a little bit and stuff. Triple threat, baby, triple threat. But screw my skills. We're not talking about me, I suck. I'm talking about your guys' skills. I know all of you have amazing skills. And when you distill them, because that's the skill. You know what I'm saying? People don't realize that's the skill. Like, that's what you need to do, is find what you're good at, but then after that, figure out what you create with it. It's kind of like, you know, the lemonade guy. It's like, obviously I can't hand you lemonade through the internet, so how do you do it? Maybe you know what I'm saying? You know, but you got to just figure it out, you know? And it's like if you, well, saying the word computer skills is so broad, I can't use that. That's too broad. That's like being like, I'm good at sports. It's like, well, what sport and how? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So it's like, that's a little open. I'm tech savvy, but it doesn't mean that I can automatically provide stuff because of my tech savviness. I specifically found a niche that I was good with. You mean like repair and stuff? Yeah, which is great. So make yourself available. You know what I mean? That's a great thing, making yourself available. I know I've already sent somebody your way because I didn't have time to help them with something IT-wise, and it's great because that's how a team works well together. You know what I mean? And we've already, in a small manner, executed on your skill. You know what I mean? I didn't have time to help somebody with some tech stuff, and I said, hey, maybe one of the teammates can help you out. You popped in, and now he's good to go. There you go. There you go. And guess what? You just won. Because you provided value to somebody, they got it, and they got use, and they were able to execute on that. They then got the computer that they were looking for, that they needed. I remember it was Danny G asking about the computer stuff, and that's fine. So my point is you used your skill, you provided him value, awesome. Now the trick is, do it again. And then do it 10 more times. You know what I'm saying? I know literally zero about computers. It's one area I'm spending a lot of time looking into before getting a setup. Heck yeah. And obviously we have people that can help you with that. Like I said, if I have time, that's cool. But DW will definitely can help you with that as well. If you have trouble with like what to purchase, you know what I mean, like the pieces that you want, and finding best prices and stuff like that. That's something I don't like to talk on mass. I only tell people what I can provide, and I know that I don't have the time to look up prices and stuff, so that's why I never offer people, hey, I'll help you with your purchasing, because I don't have time for that. You know what I'm saying? But I do have time to answer like, hey, how does, I'm having trouble with the Elgato, the sound capture's, messing me up, and I'll be like, oh, cool, I can just text answers. That's that. Anything I can text back really quickly, I'll provide anytime I can. But taking the time to like research prices, that's one thing I can't. But it's perfect. You know what I mean? Some people can, and some people already have that in their mind. Like Dante's already been looking up stuff for a while because he got a computer not long ago. He got a Elgato Stream Deck not long ago. All those things are something he recently looked at. So hell yeah. You know what I mean? Now he can use that knowledge to help people and provide value. But anyway, I've probably said value about 1,000 times. So I should probably chill out, and I'm gonna add that. I like to keep the podcast down to 1 or 2 subjects and then end it, because you know me, I will talk for hours. I will, and I think I already have, which is insane. Oh no, half hour. Thank God. So now that it's in that half-hour range, I'm gonna kick back. I'm gonna stop the podcast. I'm gonna play some Fortnite. But anyway, you guys have been amazing. I hope you got some value from this. You guys are dope. If you guys are on IGTV, make sure you catch me on Mixer. It's mixer.com/JT for real dough. If you're on any other platform, anywhere, it's #JT for real dough. FAREELDOE. And remember, #Team for Real Dough is where all of our content is, and that's a way to contact any of you guys. You guys are dope, amazing. I love the heck out of you. I love the heck out of you. I love the heck out of all of you. And I really, really, really am appreciating the feedback. So if you guys heard this, like this, got any value from this, it's on record. Because you can listen to it. This is all recorded. I'll be posting this up later. But if you got any value from this in whatsoever, please share it. That's honestly what I need the most. I appreciate that beyond anything, because it's very difficult to get the word out there, and the only way I can do that was with you guys' help. So if you guys can just tell your friends, say, hey man, I listened to this podcast. It's pretty sweet. And what's cool about it is after you listen to it, if you want to talk to the person that did it, you come here. That's part of the value. If you enjoyed the podcast, 5 days a week, you can come speak to me personally and ask what the podcast is about. Maybe I said something you didn't agree, and you want to be like, you dick, you're wrong. Whatever you want. But that's part of the value. So if you guys want to come see me live, I'm always live on Mixer, and I would love if you followed any of my other social media. And remember, it's #JT for real dough everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. And I would highly, highly appreciate if you hit me up on Facebook in particular, because I don't have a lot of followers there, and I need some. So help me out. All right, guys, I will catch you guys later. I love you all. And remember, if you don't know for real dough, get to know for real dough. Love y'all. Peace out. Later, IGTV. Love you. There we go. What up, my dudes? Oh, and then this one right here. And stop.